Good evening and good afternoon, good morning, good weekend, everybody. How's it all going this Sunday? No, this Saturday evening. Donald is here, Farmer G. You have our present Waylon. Welcome one, welcome all. We've made some upgrades. We've been eyeing this harvester for well over a year, and we now have it. And we put it to good work. Sky Edits, welcome. Glad to have you here. Jonathan, good evening. Good afternoon, good morning. Wherever you are. But it's just about assured that wherever anyone is, it's still the weekend. So good weekend, everybody. I don't know about you all, but it's been hot here. It was a toasty one. I got out and mowed the grass before it got super warm. It was still upper 80s when I got out there. Well, Sky Edits, that's what farmers do. Except real life farmers, well, often will take not hours to harvest, but days to weeks to get the harvest in. Yeah, 90s, that's what it was here at the house. Like, you know it's going to be a warm day when it's already upper 70s by like 9 o'clock. Now, of course, if you're down in Texas and such, then temps in the 70s in the morning would be welcome. Sounds like Sky Edit's your best served with small fields. Small fielded maps. If you run up against tension difficulties. Now this harvester's got a really cool feature here in the rear door. Some neat animations if you're going to do a windrow or not. Well, raining is a nice welcome reprieve, usually from a hot weather, until it gets ultra humid. We had rain come through last night while I was actually streaming. But if you looked outside around midday today, you never know. Farm Sim is fun in multiplayer for sure. Let's cut that off. Would be interesting though to see like moisture come into play like we had the seasons in 19. If you had a really dry spring, you might have issues with your seeds germinating and such. It's lots of folks farm sim while they watch. It lends itself to doing that so well. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this straw. I definitely don't need it. So I might just sell it all just to get some more money. Square this field off, we'll make some up and downs. Up and downs. We do multiplayer. We do Sunday night convoys on ATS all the time. The difficulty with multiplayer is I don't know any one day if I'm going to be able to stream or not, because my streaming schedule is heavily dependent on if there's maps to record. So if there are not maps to record, then we have that flexibility. But if there are, then we don't have that flexibility. And we need to do that instead. So for example, this week we made a very concerted effort to do our multiplayer launch party live stream on Monday, even though there were 2 maps that got released. And then on Tuesday we couldn't live stream because there was more maps that got released. Wednesday we didn't live stream because that's when we do our normal racing practice. Thursday we couldn't live stream because there was a map that got released. And luckily yesterday there wasn't a map release, so we were able to stream. But it was starting to look like we weren't going to stream it all that week. good evening, Jolly Rancher. Good evening, Bertus. We got Sky Edits. Waylon is always here, the ever-present Waylon. And Jonathan, Sean, Donald is here. Farmer G is here. Everybody else. Go ahead and say hi in chat. Let us know what's going on. We are here. It's June. And as you may see, we have ourselves a new harvester. We got rid of the old rattle can, and now we have the Acros 595 Plus. We've got barley to harvest here on our own farm. I've got a contract for barley across the map to also do. We're gonna make some seed tonight. We're gonna fire up our pig food maker as well. Oh, Sean, we don't have horse stuff yet, but we are working toward it. We are working toward it. I need just over $100,000, and then I'll replace my cedar. So we are... Oh, look, what just popped up. We are... The next thing we're going to upgrade is our cedar. We're gonna sell these two items. And we're going to pick up this one. But we need $106,000 to do that. I can get a whole 37,000 back. So I need about 70,000, 75,000 in order to make that all work. Oh, Aaron, yes, you will. Surely, if you are trying to work Field 9, you have indeed massively underestimated the size of it. That is by far one of the largest fields that that you're ever probably likely going to encounter on a map that is not deliberately just made up of 3 or 4 fields. Yeah, we got some nice visibility here with our harvester. I did go with the Power Stream 900, the 9-meter header, as opposed to the 6-meter header, which is what I think was suggested with this. So if we go to harvester and combinations, the 7-meter. So it suggests the Power Stream 700, but I went ahead and picked up the Power Stream 900, which is for the 700 and the 770 mod, as opposed to the 595. But the pipe is long enough so we can easily unload with it. So why not put a little bit wider head? Chad, what's up? What is up? Oh, well. Thank you very much. Was it Thai? I can't pronounce that. You're gonna have to help me with that. I don't know how to say that. Thai, H. Yeah, it's I'm not good with those interesting names. Let's just put it at that. Bertus, the plan is to do a launch live stream on Tuesday for Oklahoma. Sunday night's convoy will be 148, so make sure you are on the release branch as opposed to the beta branch. But I think beta updates to the release branch automatically, but it's good to make sure you just change back over to normal. So when there are updates, you'll go ahead and get those. Can we see our pipe when it's out? No, we can't. Well, that's a bummer. Aaron, that was Farmer G yesterday. I believe that's who it was. Optimus, welcome. Welcome. And this should mostly fill up this trailer. And we'll go get our pig food making going. Remember, we have a pig food maker here on the farm. We need corn, check. We need barley. Well, we're working on that. We need canola, check. We need beets, check. That's going to get us some pig food. Got 212,000 liters already, but you know what? Our Piggly Wigglies are pumping out. We're pumping out pigs pretty darn quick. We're going to be getting more pigs here soon. So we just need to keep a nice steady supply of pig food coming. Yeah, your Steam will still have the public beta until you manually change it. But you should be technically on the release code. Changing it to the release likely won't cause anything to download, is what I'm saying. But when there is an update after the fact, right, you probably won't get it. Jolly, have you been Toby eye tracking in Farm Sim? I know you set it up in ATS. Have you tried it in Farm Sim? That's okay, Sky Edits. It's okay. Good charger up. Yeah, that's when Track IR worked, when you were in first-person perspective. I wish it worked when you're walking around. It was good for me. I did it yesterday. I noticed there was a couple 100 meg update. Oh shoot! We're dumping in the wrong spot. Now we're good. Activation. Turn that off. We are making our separated manure from our slurry with our Farmer G separated manure production placeable. I think that's coming in a future update to one of his mods. I hope it does. Hope it does. It works perfectly. recording in OBS. I mean, we can help you with the recording settings. That's not a problem. So you have an AMD graphics card. Or an NVIDIA card. So oh yay! Look here, we got a recording and 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 a recording. All right, that's enough. Okay. Settings. So these are my legit settings, obviously, because we're doing this all right now. For output, for recording, I go. Now, of course, I'm doing NVIDIA. For recording, you wouldn't have the NVENC recorder available to you. You would have to use either the AMD encoder or your CPU, H.264 CPU encoding. But yeah, that's what I have. Of course. I do CPU encoding for streaming, but I do NVIDIA encoding for recording. I don't know what to tell you as far as colors go. Off we go. Off we go. But, you know, I know, you know, H.264 on the CPU is going to be chewing up some cores, right? So depending how many cores you have available after gameplay, factoring in and all that. I think H.265 might be harder than 264. Maybe knock it down to 30 as opposed to 60 if you were trying 60. And then, you know, start toying with the bit rate. Because if you're a lower bit rate, it's going to be easier on the encode also. Tell you what I tried to do, but I ran out. I didn't have space in the in my case. I tried to. I was going to put a Intel, one of the Intel 320s. I was going to put an ARC 320 in my system, and I was going to use that exclusively for encoding. But it wouldn't fit. I didn't have a slot for it. I couldn't put it under my main GPU because the GPU is 2.5 slots high. I couldn't put it in the bottom slot because there wasn't enough room between the bottom of the motherboard and the power supply. So I had to send it back. But I wanted to do some AV1 encoding. But that is, AV1 is massive CPU hit. Get that little corner taken care of. Well, the 1600 would definitely be able to deal with farm sim. It's just once you start doing the encode on top of that, the encode is what will take all your cores and leave very little for farm sim. Because farm sim is not so well multi-threaded, but the encode will be. I guess the only maybe downside to this mod is it has a slow discharge. This is the one here. Has a rather slow discharge rate. Which I'm fine with, but maybe others won't be. Those of you that weren't here for yesterday's live stream, we also changed out our mower for another set of mowers. We picked up a windrower. Trying to do equipment upgrades. And then we need to expand some additional fields. Let's see, did I get a PF boost? 95. No, not really. Still getting that tillage hit. Which is why I'm wanting to go to a no-till seeder. How's everybody's Saturday been? My Saturday's been pretty lackadaisical. Mowed the grass around 11 o'clock. Other than that, just been chilling out, watching some videos, watching some old recorded TV, and then playing Farm Sim. I've been playing this map for a while. We've already done a couple harvest contracts. I've got 3 hours on this harvester already. Finished baling up the grass from over there. I guess we really should fertilize that. Oh, you need some 5-hour energy, some caffeine to kick you in the pants. I was watching a video earlier today. It was a demonstration of a New Holland baler, and they were talking about their smart baling technology, and it made me feel a bit vindicated by the fact that we use, or I use, and those of us on PC from time to time, will use the mod that will stop the tractor automatically when the baler fills, and then the round baler will eject the bale, and then once it closes the baler back up, it'll just start back up again. Alright, that mod's available over at LSFarmingMods.com. Well, this smart bale technology that they were talking about on this New Holland baler does just that. It links into the tractor through the ISO-bus marks, and you put the tractor in drive, and you steer the tractor. You give it throttle, but when the baler says it's time, the baler stops the tractor, ejects the bale, and then off it goes. Once it's all done. I was like, nice. I'm playing realistic and I didn't even try. Yeah, Weezer, I know all about the fast bale. All about the fast bale. First round baler in Farm Sim to be continuous. That technology was carried forward with the John Deere round bale cotton harvester. So it also has a pre-chamber as well. Part of the Vicon Overland DLC in FS19. It probably will. It probably will. I mean, ATS, ETS they're the same now, basically. They're in concurrent development. So they're, as far as feature set goes, they should be fairly lockstep. Maybe a feature comes to ATS before it comes to ETS, or vice versa, but overall, they should be fairly lockstep. Also, the real Vermeer self-propelled baler has the ability to disconnect the bale chamber. And you can then hook up a different bale chamber to the back. I didn't know anything about that until I went to the Farm Machine Show last year in Louisville, Kentucky. They had a video showing how you would do that. I was like, that is so cool. So cool. What if? Right, there was a right back here. There's all these hydraulics and such that you can disconnect, and then like this whole thing just drops off the back. Oops. This whole rear thing just falls off the back. Then you back up to another one and hook it up. But what if you could take this, you could just disconnect this and just chuck it away and hook up a square bale back end. Self-propelled square baler. That would be nice. That would be nice. Talked about this earlier, but I want to show this off. So this Acros mod, really cool animations. So right now we're dropping windrow, or we could just scatter to the wind. Right, I think that's cool. We got a lever here that moves. I thought that was really cool. Oh, I understand. I understand. About tech savvy. Yeah, hopefully that'll work for you. It's interesting you can't get out at 12th gear. For me, the way I've got it set up, top range puts me into 16, 17, or 18. Could we, yeah, we're going to. We're going to do it. Why not? You can't stop me. There we go, there we go, there we go. Shortcut. Shortcut through the dry creek bed. No animals were harmed in the navigation of the dry creek bed. I know it's dry because, see, my tires aren't wet. Make our way to the tricky drop off. And while we're here, let's make some seed. It's gonna take a little while, but we might as well. $10,000 liters of seed. Let's drop that. Drop that. Alright, let's move the... It'll just be easier to move this. We want a left. Yeah, we want a left on the... Let's see, will this work? No. Dang it. Okay. Okay. Do I have another tractor? I do? Good. Mojo, what's up? What's the difference between the fast bale and the mod that is based on the fast bale? There we go. No, I don't want to be in that. I want to be in the tractor here. Alright, now we're making some seed. Oh. It would be nice if the we were talking about the Premier here. Right? I learned that the Premier does has the removable thing on the back. I see it already does 125 to 180. I was thinking this was limited to a specific size bale. I was thinking it would be nice if you could configure what size bale in the shop, because this technically comes off the back of this self-propelled frame. Not in game, but in real life. Weeds and geezer. Which? Are you talking about this? Are you talking about this thing right here? If you're talking about that, it's part of the free AVI pack. AGI pack. This will make seed with a case of seed treating liquid. The fast baler, yes, it's on the mod hub. Now, I know when we did this with wheat, we doubled our output. We put 15,000 liters of seed or wheat through this, and we got 30,000 liters of seed. I used a fair bit of that seed for those 6 greenhouses. And if we're going to be seeding September, got a couple months more to get some money to do that. So while we wait, let's see if I can find it. It's gonna be like a crapshoot to find it. We'll see. We might get lucky. Oh, it's only 25 pages of choices when you search quick bale. But if you go into the in-game mod hub, you'll find it pretty quick. There it is. That's what they're talking about. What's up, GoldenEye? Welcome. How's it going? This video is brought to you by Big Joe Mammoth and Diablo del Toro. Thank you for being farm barons. Look at that cover. I was hoping we could dump straight from the trailer into the hopper here. Silo, but nope. That wasn't going to happen. $27,000 liters. Well, more like trying to stay dry than GoldenEye, or was it one of those hot rains? Like 80 plus degrees and hot. I don't want barley. Did I run out of seed treatment? I did. I ran out of seed treatment. All right, well, we'll top the rest of that off later. Best to make your seed when you can afford it. I like how this map has so many different silo dump and fill points. Quick bale doesn't. Now the Vicon fast bale does. I recall a change log going out to correct that. At least I'm pretty sure the fast bale works if you happen to have that mod enabled. But again, you don't need it, as you said. Quick sprint down here. Back to work. It was a good day to stay inside GoldenEye for sure. Told folks earlier I mowed the grass. I wanted to get out there before it heated up. We had a big storm come through last night, so I had to kind of let the sun, do its thing, at least for a little bit. Went out there at 11, and it was already like mid 80s. Got done a little after 12. Mark, what's up? What's up? SBA, that's not really the type of mod that I do videos on. No diss to the mod itself, but it's just not something that I'm interested in. And these days there aren't really a lot of things that are sparking that worthy of a new and noteworthy type video of, hey, this is definitely something worth checking out. It's unique, it's interesting. Mark, we'll just cut it off. I don't have favorites of anything. So we're just gonna cut that off. I really don't know why people care. we're at an interesting point with we're full. What? Wow. Maybe they're filling up a whole lot faster than I thought we are. I did a lot more there than I realized I did. No, the whole premise behind the new and noteworthy concept is mods that are unique, that introduce something brand new to the game and never seen before, or not seen, like in this iteration of Farm Sim. Mods that do things in interesting ways. And at this point, they're fewer and far between than they were earlier on. You know, it's like the first production that does X, right, gets a lot of notoriety. It's the first to do X. The 7th mod that comes out that does X, okay, we have another option of doing X. That's where I feel we're at a lot of right now. We see a lot of more of the same. So I definitely can't do a video about every mod. I've still been impressed that Sealy P can keep up with the mod videos on a daily basis. Now that we're getting many more mods for console. Although I think it is stretching his time to do mod videos, map videos, and still keep up with the play videos. But, I mean, yeah, he's retired. So other than some family obligations, I think creating the content is his day, you know. Farm Sim creation is now his day job. So I'm pretty confident he's retired. So it's get up in the morning. It's record your gameplay videos, because you know that, well, with respect to being in the UK, you know that probably by mid-afternoon, early afternoon, mods are gonna drop. So you get up, you do your gameplay videos. Let's say you start at 9. Let's say your day starts at 9 a.m. 9 to 12, you have 3 hours to do your gameplay videos. You have time to maybe do a map video that you didn't get to the day before. Whatever. And then let's say from 12:30, you set aside time to have, you know, your lunch. I really need to keep track. I need to add that stop harvester on. That's what I need to do. And then let's say, I don't know, man. I think Giants is 1 or 2 hours ahead. So let's say maybe 1 or 2 p.m. is when mods typically will drop for the UK. So then you have all afternoon to put together that video, to maybe do a map tour, and then maybe you shut it all down 6 o'clock. Try to shut it all down 6 o'clock, so then you can have your evening to do life things, right? But that type of schedule, that's far different than those of us that still maintain a day job. For me, mods typically drop. Sometimes they drop early. Sometimes they drop even before I go to work. But that's on a rare occasion. Mods, I will typically see drop 10-ish, 11-ish in the morning. And then I don't get home until 5:30. So there's up to 7 to 8 hours before I even get home, and then it's dinner, and then it's going to be try to get something done in 3 to 3.5 hours between dinner and when I need to go to bed. So then I can effectively get up and repeat the whole process the next day. That's why we discontinued doing recorded videos toward the end of FS19. Because something just had to, something had to go. I like chatting it up with you guys in the evenings more than anything else. It's been a couple hours. Doing some gameplay, chatting it up with you guys. And been hitting a sack. Welcome back. That was a quick phone charge. Oh, I'm not that much of an information broker. I know some things, but man, I don't follow anybody. I don't keep up with the Joneses of farm sim. Look, Sky Edits, we're nearly done. We've only been working on this field for an hour. We're nearly done. Daniel, welcome. Oh, we're not. 73%. We just got this little corner. If we weren't going to collect the straw, we just have this little corner. I'd say we're more like 95%. We'll be done in the next 5 minutes. Oh, gosh. Oh, well, yeah, that's what we try to do. Right? If I don't have the answer, somebody watching probably does. There we go. I went and changed the color of all of my Dutes's. Go warrior green. Warrior green. I have not driven over more crop than I've harvested. That's a massive exaggeration. Might get some chickens up and running on the farm, but there's a chicken placeable that's a massive building. I'm not sure if there's a viable farm that has chickens pre-placed or if that's just there for you to put something down. Although I was thinking a little bit about where I could possibly put the giant chicken coop. When we get up there to unload, I'll show you where I'm thinking. Like, I know I brought it up during the video, but man, there's no way I remember any of this video from back then. Because, right, we have this big old building. I was thinking, won't fit there. We could get rid of this and slam it right there. It's just 136,000. That's $89,000. So it's like a $50,000 investment. So what do you think? You think that's a good idea? I want to do sheep too. That makes a sheep building. Sheeps. It's just as big. Yeah, there's no sheeps here. We're not getting rid of those. Now, if we got rid of this, we could sheep if we got rid of this. But no, we're not doing that. We could. Nope, we couldn't sheep. Oh, we could. Could we sheep if we did that? Yeah, this whole thing is one giant building. $124,000 to get rid of all that. Then your sheep could go right there. What's this back end? What the heck is that? Oh, that's your sheep buy point. So they would probably have to be like this way. Yeah. Okay, anyway. It is this $507,000. That would be, that information's going around. Mojo. Hosted over at Mod Network. Now, I would personally advocate not getting anything from Mod Network. Because they don't have the best reputation. Basically, if you go to any mod website, and you find mods that you know 100% are for a fact released on the Giants Mod Hub, which is pretty much every mod site out there, then you should see where that mod downloads from. Okay, so Giants does not allow direct download from external links, which basically means that if you if you try to right click on the download button and then save that URL and then point someone just to download the file, it won't work. Giants blocks it. You have to visit the web page for the mod hub and then you can download the mod. So if you go to any mod site and you see a mod that is over at the Giants mod hub, and if you click on the download and it does not take you to the Giants mod hub, that site is thieving. They are in essence stealing from the original author. They are rehosting the mod on their own servers. They are taking money out of the pockets of the people who actually put the effort in and created the mod, the map. And with respect to Mod Network, specifically, they pay pennies on the thousands of downloads. Supposedly they pay. There's some reports that they don't pay out at all. But they supposedly pay pennies on the 1,000 downloads. And what you get is you get Tom, Dick, and Harry. They go to the mod hub. They download the mods. They go over to mod hub and they upload them in hopes of earning a couple bucks off of someone else's sweat and labor. And the mod hub knows this. The mod network, I should say, knows this. They probably know 99% of the mods on their site are not legit. It's put there by the authors, because if you put something on the Giants mod hub, why would you upload it to some other site? You wouldn't, because you'd be basically taking from yourself. Yeah, it was Mod Network. But I can tell you that basically every stealing site out there has at least one bot that goes around and looks at every other stealing site and looks for mods that they themselves don't have, and basically the bot steals those mods from the other stealing sites, such that within probably 2 or 3 hours, or maybe even less, within a very short time period of a mod going live on the Giants mod hub, it is scattered to the wind and back on hundreds or thousands of mod sites. And people have issues. There's bots that are scouring itch.io now, looking for anything uploaded to itch just to rehost. And these hosting sites, the people that run them are profiting off of other people's work. The non-bot uploads are profiting off of other people's work. Now, of course, there are legitimate modders that will use these sites in a legitimate fashion to host their legitimate work. But That's few and far between. And I would say to be cautious of any site that does not disclose who the uploader is. Lots of sites will say mod by, right? Everybody will give whoever made it credit for making it. Listed credit. But they rarely will tell you who actually submitted or uploaded or added the mod. But we'll just leave it there. Mod rant over. And we'll move on to something else. What's the next big thing that's out there that people are talking about that hasn't been released? Still waiting on Court Farms for console. Any word on that? I don't know. I hope it comes out soon. It's frustrating. And almost a little glad that Bally Spring came out for console, and it has those very animals, sand rabbits, right? So I'm glad to see that out there, so console players can experience those newer animals, ducks, goats, baby chickens, calves. Are you kidding me? And I'm assuming, just like Hoff-Bergman, those animals actually convert to full-size animals when they mature. Oh. Because they are, after all. Farmer Andy Hoff-Bergman animals. Anyway. What's Expanse? Look it up. There's lots of things called Expanse. I don't know. On Steam, I get two things called Expanse. One's $6.99, one's $3.99. I don't think that's the same thing. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I was not impressed with the Expanse show. But I believe that was because I was into several books into the Expanse books series. And the early parts of the Expanse show that I watched, I didn't feel it gave the books justice. So I just kind of lost interest in them. In it. Maybe the show's gotten better. Maybe it circled back around and but the Expanse books, they are a lot more to the story there. Some pretty weird stuff going on. So we're over here doing a contract now. This contract's going to pay out decent money. Decent money. We're getting where 15,000 basically for this. But we should have a fair bit of excess grain that we can also add to our coffers. There's the trigger to turn off the collisions of the poles. Good evening, Delilah. Good evening. Hope things are good with you. Did you get your stove all squared away? The most recent book I listen to the books. I don't read them. If I had to read a book, it would never happen. But I could put an hour into listening to a book just about every day, to and from work. Hopefully the tree didn't hit anything. But I also am a incredibly slow reader. So yeah. So that is why I struggle with the fact sheet videos when I'm recording those, because I write a script out for those, and then I struggle trying to keep up reading that script with respect to recording the voiceover. Or maps with really long descriptions. Oh. They're the worst to keep up with. Yeah, we'll just say that 3 to 4 minutes would probably be closer. Tell you what I'd like to see. I would like to see a mod that has like penalty. I think it came out. I think something came out that does this. It gives you a penalty for doing more things in the rain than just harvest. But I really wish we had like grass drying. It was a disappointment when that was not included in 22. I understand why, but still it was a disappointment. Yeah, I got that guy at work. He likes to write novels when he sends emails, and it's like, dude, you have to keep these short. I did not read anything after the first 3 sentences, because I'm not going to take 40 minutes to read it. You got to work on what is the absolute minimum I need to convey, and convey that. But I send this message off to the whole organization. You can pretty much count that 100% of the people will not read the entirety of the message, and 90% of the people will only get to the first paragraph. So that's all it needs to be. College was the worst. Yeah, you get those English classes and it's like, here, I need you to read this book for tomorrow. It's like, are you kidding me? There's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to read this book by tomorrow. That's if I had nothing else to do and I went straight back to my room and I just started. Don't crush it. We want it to still work after the fact. But we got a really good... I don't remember what quote it... Oh my gosh. There we go again. I don't remember what quote it is. We got a great quote in there. If you don't like the stream, hit the like button twice. Show YouTube how much you like it. But I had a professor in college that he was an English professor. All his tests were essays, and they were all in-class essays. So what I would do is and it was open book, right? Open book in-class essay. So I would scan through the book to know enough about where things were. So then when it came time to the test, I would have a clue as to where whatever the heck he was asking was being referenced in the book, or the various reference points that were being discussed. And then I'd go and I'd read those real quick. And then I'd write something out. Everybody else would whip out the Cliff Notes. And they never understood why they would get like C's. And I would do halfway decent. But it was because that particular professor valued creative thought more than actually you having the quote right answer. So none of theirs were creative thought. They were all the same thought because they were straight out of the Cliff Notes. They were probably the air quote right answer, but they weren't their answer. Here, if you don't hate this, then hit the I don't hate it button. We're doing good. We're doing good. I don't spend a lot of time pimping for likes. I'm not the best at pimping out my own channel. Maybe I'm too modest to think about that. What's the real mower mod do? Well, I mean, can't you just go into the map and change the price scale? Because I'm pretty sure within the map there is an entry for each crop and its price scale. Those things are set to 1. Which means they have the base game prices for the various difficulties. It's like a price factor. I know there for a while Stevie maps had like price factors of 2 or 3. So everything was twice or 3 times as profitable. Isn't there that real place mod? Pretty sure there's like a mod for that already out on itch, I think. Did it go away? I guess it did. I don't know. Gregory. I don't know what happened to GTX's Discord other than I don't see it anymore in my listing. Like Mojo, it may also be a thing with my personality is I don't like being told what to do. Right? So, yeah. So I don't like being told what to do, so therefore I don't like to tell people what to do. At least not on a constant harping fashion. Yeah, you almost like, I'll like it if I want to, okay? You don't need to keep shoving it down my face. But I think it's also a generational thing. So like when we went to PAX, I had a creator pass that was available for me to pick up at the Will Call booth. And in order to pick up your creator pass, you had to present a photo ID and a business card. Okay. So being far closer to 50 than 40, I went out and I made a business card. And I thought, you know what, I should probably have a nice stack of these to hand out, right? But the business card I made was not something that I would just hand out to just a rando person. No, the business card I made was a professional business card to like give to business contacts and people. I didn't think at all about making a card that was, you know, pimping the channel and pimping how to join the community and how to join the Discord and all of that. That never, ever entered the thought. It was a business card. It needs to have your name on it, the name of your business, how a business person can get a hold of you on conducting business. So it was like, oh, well, yeah, I know for next year, that's not the business card that a content creator needs to have. Oh, gosh. I cannot keep up with this. So, yeah. So I need to make another one. That's just about the channel and Discord and maybe has the Twitter or whatever. It's definitely not going to include Facebook because I never go there. But yeah, I was like, oh, I should have made something to hand out to people. So I hear we may be, speaking of records, I hear that July is on track to break the, I guess, global temperature record again. Wow, check this out. That looks cool. There you go. There's a 4-row carrot harvester. 4 rows. That's going to be our big. That's going to be our big carrot harvester. Well, then maybe that was the rule you broke. You didn't tweet enough. Oh, look, there's another one. I don't know. I think they're X now. Well, Burgess, it'll probably be the day after the, they'll probably be out before the DLC releases, but they'll just be assuming fill type names until the DLC drops. And then there'll be mods that basically harvest red beets, parsnips, and carrots. How Giants has named the fill types that are basically your root crop harvesters that you already have. There might be some folks working on real models for real harvesters, since they've announced and listed the crops. Just gonna work our way 54%. We're just gonna work our way across this field, chewing it up, and then hopefully we'll have a nice amount of barley to bring back to our farm. Right now we are set at 2 days per month. Tell you what, these poles have been almost exactly spaced out to not really pose any issue with us. We've run up to them where we're just barely. How in the flipping hell am I already full? I didn't go nowhere. I do have no idea. I went down and came back, and I'm full. I don't understand this. What do you mean is the mod hub dead? It opens up for me. That opens just fine. Oh, Gregory, I hope you enjoy this map. I like it. I like it a lot. The amount of mods is Spartan at best. I don't know about that. It's typically, I mean, we're seeing on average close to a full page an update. Now, there weren't very many updates with respect to when FarmCon was coming up, and then immediately following FarmCon, because lots of folks were out on holiday. But I would call it far from dead. Now, as far as things being released, I do feel it's a lot of yet another this, yet another that. That's kind of where we are today, with the game being out almost 2 full years. We have maybe 20 months. We have, what are we in, July? August, September, October, November. Yeah. Game's been out for 20 months now. There are no doubt still some really, really cool, interesting things being developed. But on a daily basis, it's a lot of, here's more trailers, here's more cultivators, here's more seeders. That's what happens. But we are seeing more mods released for FS22 in 20 months than we saw get released in FS19 in 20 months by a far stretch. So where are we at now? We're at 204, 8, 16, 17. I think that's right. Yep. So we are at 4,817 mods released for FS22 in 20 months. All right, we are at, for 3 years of FS19, we are at 5,430. So we have 613 mods left before we surpass FS19. 4, 8, 1, 7. So we average 240 mods per month, or 60 mods per week, in order to get to the 4,817 mods in 20 months. So we will surpass FS19 at this pace before the 2-year anniversary of FS22. So before Platinum, not Premium. Yeah, before Premium comes out, there will be more mods on the Giants Mod Hub for FS22 than FS19 over 3 years. So 60 mods a week. That would be about 12 mods every day, Monday through Friday. That does not include updates, because an update does not increase the count. Updates are over and above that count. I was looking at the mod testing thread yesterday, I think. They said there was 111 mods pending testing with an 8-day waiting period. I think they're finally getting that pending testing list whittled down from way back when they took a break for the end of the year. Well, Richard, there's no contract between you and Giants Mod Hub that says they need to release mods 5 days a week. If there's nothing out to release, there's nothing out to release. I'm sure just like every other business, they're doing their best over summer as people take holidays and vacations. But Monday we had mods get dropped because I had 2 map videos I had to do. Tuesday we had mods get dropped because I had another map video to do. Wednesday I did not have a map video I had to do. Thursday we had mods get dropped because I had a map video to do. And Friday we're good. We didn't have anything drop on Friday. Well, if that's what a modder wants to do, that's fine. As the creator of their creation, they are free to decide where and how they wish to release it. The only thing they can't do is put it behind a paywall, because that is prohibited from Giants' terms of service. Just means that those who are released outside the Mod Hub, sadly, console players will never have a chance to make use of it. Stefan, Giants would have to have a license with GMC, or with Ford, or with Chevy, or with Mack. We have a Mack license. Or with any other manufacturer of any other type of actual vehicle or implement. For it to come to console, Giants must own a license for that brand and for that product to be in the game. Or a license must be able to be transferred to them for that to happen. That is because Sony and Microsoft require that. PC players do not have that restriction because we can sideload mods. We can basically download and install mods outside of the game. That's what sideloading would imply. Whereas a console player can only add mods to the game through the game mod hub. And the only way to get into the game mod hub is through Giants. Where could I ask for someone to make a mod? Well, not a lot of people make things on consignment. I don't know, consignment commission. I guess that would be the right terminology. Most of the mods being created are made by folks who want to create them for their own interests, and then decide to release them to the public. You don't need to be sorry. I'm not upset or anything. I'm just telling you what's going on. I didn't say Patreon was behind, yeah. But if part of being a member of Patreon means you get access to mods that are not publicly available, then that would be behind a paywall. If there are mods that are free to the world and mods that are only available to paying members, then that's a paywall. If they are, every mod is available to supporters while I am developing and creating it. And when it is released, it's available to the world. That is a little muddy water, and really comes down to how much, how often, how true the releases actually are. We've had modders that have air quote release all their mods to the public, but they only do it after the game becomes replaced. We've seen it in 19. We saw plenty of people who had mods behind paywalls that said, well, I'm going to release all my mods to the public, so therefore they have early access or they have beta testing, right? But then none of those mods got released until, like, let's say the day after FS22 drops. Oh, here's all my 19 mods. Everybody can have them now. I told you they were going to be released. So it's kind of a gray area, right? I mean, some Farmer Andy kind of got in a little bit of trouble with respect to, he's got paid supporters. He gives those paid supporters early access to beta test new versions of Hofbergman. But he also has very well long established history of releasing that map within a relatively modest testing period compared to, you know, the release cycle of the map is 6, 8, 9 months long, and the beta testing period is 3 weeks, 4 weeks at the most. So that would kind of be an example of what I would say would not really be putting it behind a paywall. You're allowing supporters to do a closed beta test, if you will. But if you've got let's say 20 mods that are always in development, yet they never seem to get revised, I don't think you're really showing behavior that would be becoming of something that was still in development. Well, so if you charge for something made in Blender, that's fine. You can sell your Blender models all you want. If you, in theory, if you have a script Lua mod that has never made its way into Giant's editor, and I don't think Lua mods would, that is technically, I don't think, a violation of the terms of service, because the term of service is specific to basically anything created with the Giant's editor. But in order to pretty much in-game any model, I'm pretty sure you need to use the editor to do the in-gaming part of it. So, you know, if you made this trailer in Blender, you could sell this trailer all you wanted. The Blender file for it. But it wouldn't do anything for you because you couldn't in-game it with just the Blender file. If Giants is contracting out folks to make models, it's, I think, a good resource. Leverage the talent pool available to you. Well, I'll tell you what, Steven. I'll tell you what creative console creators have done in the past. They will take barley and they will put barley in a ditch or a hole, right? So you can use the landscape mod, not mod, you can use the landscape feature to hollow out the earth, right? Make a hole, form a ditch. Then you can come in and dump barley in it, fill it up, and then you can come in with your bucket, your levelers, whatever, and you can move barley around as if it's dirt. Requires a little bit of imagination. I have seen content creators do that very thing on console to tell a story. I thought it was absolutely ingenious when I saw it. You can go. There's tons of mods out for console, yeah. On the Giants Mod Hub. So I'm sure you know about that, right? Here's the Giants Mod Hub. In game, you go to the main menu. You go to the downloadable content menu to get them from within the game, because that's the only way you can add them to the console. But from the website, right? You just go to the Giants webpage. You go to mods. You come here. You got a crossplay. Crossplay is only going to show you console mods. All right. So crossplay is only mods that are available on console. And we have 159 pages of those. Technically, I have 158. So there are 24 mods per page. 158 plus 6. So it's 3,798 mods released on console for FS22. Through the downloadable content menu in game. Yep, go to the main menu. Go to the main menu of the game, and you'll see a menu called downloadable content. Go into there. And you'll see a bunch of categories. And you install mods straight from there. That's where you manage all your mods. Mods, maps. Well, that's what we're here to do, bud. We're here to help everybody out. Right? We're here to help everybody out. Yeah, Richard, if you hit crossplay on the Mod Hub website, it'll only show console mods. But yeah, console, the in-game console mod, yeah, the in-game downloadable content menu on console will only show you console. Now there is a toggle. There's like an all mods, or there's some toggle on console that you have to turn on, because there were some folks that weren't seeing everything or something. The potato belt? What was the potato belt? Was it like this? I mean, obviously it wasn't like this, right? Potato pickup belt? I mean, there's tons of things that are never released. There's tons of things people create and never share. Right? But the search on the in-game mod hub is so much better. I don't know what they did to make search on the in-game mod hub different than the website, but I tell you what, you can almost guarantee to find your mod instantly with the in-game search than with the website. Like earlier when I searched the quick bail, I had 24 pages of results that had either quick or bail in them. But if you go to the in-game downloadable content menu and you search quick bail, you get one hit for the actual quick bail mod. Well, maybe that's coming. Maybe they didn't get the contract worked out. we learned with Vermeer that Vermeer's been working with Giants to get content in the game since basically right after 2017 release. And it basically took since 2017 till 2022 to get Vermeer in the game. So it's very possible that contract negotiations fell through. It's very possible that they decided to push it back. It's very possible we'll see it come to FS22 in year 3. It's very possible that it's coming to FS20 whatever. Lots of speculation says it'll be 25, but that's just speculation. Well, Richard, Giants is not known for communication. No shocker there that you would have no reply. Their stance would be, it's none of your business. And I think, people, that's where we're going to leave it for the night. I'm going to finish this contract up tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday night, convoy night for American Truck Simulator. Tomorrow afternoon is also ACC Mayhem Championship members only live stream. So the members only live stream will come up at 3 o'clock. We're going to be racing in Kalami, a South African track. First time we've been there in ACC. And then we'll be doing our last run through of ATS tomorrow night before Oklahoma drops. Oklahoma drops on Tuesday, August 1st. We'll be also doing a launch party multiplayer convoy on Tuesday as we drive through Oklahoma in a little less mayhemy manner, seeing what there is to see. But until next time, happy farming.